Hello, how you doing? This is Nicholas here. Today I'm going to be discussing packaging your products as a freelance software engineer. All right. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today because as a freelancer, there would come a time where you would definitely need to package your products. If not, you are going to be I don't use the word discarded, but I think that's the right word to use. Earlier on when I was starting my freelancing journey, I used to hear people say this packaging your products or, package your products. Don't just tell people you're a software engineer, package it up. But the truth is, I did not understand what they were saying. I don't even have a clue of what they are saying. So let me give you uh, an instance here. When I was starting out as a software engineer, as a freelance software engineer, somebody that develops web, Android app, iOS app, desktop app, just name it, software in general. I always tell people I'm a software engineer. Reach out to me if you want me to develop any of your projects, whether it's web, whether it is Android app, iOS app. It was too general, right? And it worked in the beginning because I did not have to niche myself down. I just had to generally tell people I'm a web developer, I'm an app developer, I'm a software engineer. It was generally placed, yeah. And as time went on, I started discovering that okay, the jobs that I was doing, I needed to increase the prices because as time goes on, you would definitely need to increase your prices. A lot of factors come into play there. Experience is the biggest factor. You are now more experienced in the fact that you really do know what it will take you to build that software. Unlike in the beginning where you are naive and you had no idea what is really going to take you to develop that software. You don't have an idea really. Or which is kind of a good thing because it shields you from uh, uh, losing projects. It helps you to build your portfolio. But as you get experience, you know what it takes. You know how the revisions come about. You kind of have a way of detecting if this client is going to be a good client to you or a bad client to you. You kind of have an idea generally. So experience come into play. And one thing that comes with experience is more money, like in terms of you charge more, right? Then the second factor is inflation. Inflation is also a big deal when it comes to why you charge more because what you are charging 5 years ago cannot be the same amount of money I hope you are charging today, right? So once this thing come into play, you quickly begin to notice something, right? The number of clients you have begin to drop because in the beginning I used to see that as something weird or strange. How is it possible that it's dropping this fast, right? Then I now quickly discovered that okay, the younger generation or the younger people, the people coming up, they are now taking those projects. So let's say a project of five, let me say 500,000 naira, for example, is what you are charging. There is somebody coming up that just finished university or still in university that is willing to do that exact same project for 200,000 naira. Do you get? Or 250,000 naira. Now, if you are the client per se, are you going to give the most clients don't really value experience like that. They just be honest with ourselves. They don't really value that experience like that. So their own is can you get it done? They don't care if you've been doing it for so many years. They will likely go with the person charging 200 or 250,000. And to be honest, they may not know whether it's a mistake or not because they have not, most of them don't even know how the process of hiring a software engineer, which is a story for another day, right? Now, you gradually start noticing that the clients and the projects are no longer coming as they are coming when you are naive. I'm talking from personal experience though, so I'm giving you my own personal experience. I I was always researching on how is this going on because in the beginning I did not understand it. Then it clicked to me one day. that okay, this is the process, this is how it's going on. Even me, when I was in school or when I was starting out, I remember I built for somebody a huge system for 40,000 naira when I was a 400 level at Photo. Today now that's laughable. I can't believe I did that, right? And I stayed, I worked on that project like a crazy person for 40,000 naira. Today, the person really took advantage of me, and I was naive, but it's a good thing because I got experience from there, right? So, um, what I now discovered, even when I was researching about how can I get myself out of this bubble where my prices are high, clients are not willing to pay my price, people kept on telling me package your product and sell as a freelancer. To be honest, I heard that thing for like 2 years and I did not understand it. It clicked for me very, very late. I understood what they meant very late. So what they kind of mean is this. If you have, let's say you've been freelancing for like 6 years, you've done so many projects. You've done maybe e-commerce, you've done SMM project, you've done a loan app, you've done uh, real estate marketplace app, you've done a lotto app, stuff like that. Find those projects you've done, categorize them. When you categorize them, you can now say, okay, I I have done an e-commerce site. You can create on your portfolio site a section called e-commerce platform development, right? It's its own category. You talk about you being somebody that develops e-commerce platforms. You niche it down. So people just focus on one, although me, I focus on many niches, but you just niche it down, and whenever you want to run, because that at that stage is no longer word of mouth that will drive you, will need to do marketing. I'm telling you the honest truth. If you are still thinking that word of mouth to take you to the next level, is a lie. I'm just being honest with you. It is not going to take you to the next level. You need to do serious marketing. Is either you are becoming an influencer on social media, or you are spending coin, you're spending money on the social media platforms. I choose to spend coin because it saves me time, you know, as opposed to setting up camera and be doing all this social media stuff, which in some cases might even be better. But I run other businesses, and I'm a very shy person. I don't want to be doing all those things off camera, so I choose to run ads, and it works for me. Google ads, Facebook ads. I used to do Nairaland ads, but Nairaland now I don't know what's going on with Nairaland. The quality of people coming from there is not what it used to be. So once you package it in your ads, you need to specifically say, I do e-commerce platforms, so that the people interested in e-commerce alone can go to your website, that page you've created on your website where you say you develop e-commerce platforms, and reach out to you and say, okay, we need an e-commerce platform. By that time, they have seen the works you've done. You might have done 4 or 5 e-commerce platforms. In that place, this is where the packaging comes in. Under your page, you need to set the various prices. You can say for silver, for bronze package, you see bronze package, this is where the packaging comes in. This and this and this is what the site is going to contain. The amount is 700,000. For silver package, this and this and this is what the web platform would contain. The amount is 1.5 million naira. Then for gold package, this and this and this, Android app, iOS app, 3-layer categorization, is going to be at 3 million naira. That is the packaging they have been talking about. To be honest, I really did not understand it in the beginning, but it came to me later. I think it came to me either even this year, 2025, or late 2024. That's when I actually understood. I think it was late 2024. And the funny thing is that I've been doing this freelancing for a very long time, since 2013, right? So this is kind of like a secret I'm sharing with you. So once you put that packaging out there, only run ads targeting that page. If you have multiple pages like that, run ads to various ads targeting it. At that stage, you are no longer going to be saying you're a web developer. You don't make it general. At that stage, the only thing you can do is specialize. You can have specialty in so many other niches. You can have a one, but you need to specialize. Don't make it that I develop websites. If you do it that way, trust me, it's only a matter of time before you go broke. because by that time you already have competition, and you cannot compete with somebody. I'm 30 years old now. There's no way I can compete with myself, 20 years old, in programming. Is sitting down to program, and even with AI that is here now. Back then, I could stay for 36 hours coding. I won't even feel a thing. But now, I can't. Sitting down for 8 hours coding is a struggle. I have to really be into it. Even 10 hours. I can't even do 12 hours now. So you can't, you should always think of, I'm getting bolder every second, right? So the energy I used to have when I was 20, 21, 22 is not the same now I'm 30. Even at this stage, when I get to 40, it is not going to be the same. The only thing that will keep me growing vertically is experience and niching down to a particular specialty or various specialties. That way, if people are reaching out to you, they know that this is what you do, you're excellent at it. Any other person that say they just do web apps, if they ask them, what have you done before, they probably don't have what they have done before in that specialty. But in your own case, you probably do have multiple things that you have done before in your whole specialty, right? So that's another way to look at the packaging of your product. It is very, very important. Not in the beginning. I don't think it's important in the beginning where you are taking any project. But once you start seeing that the younger people are eating up the pie, you need to package. I think that's just evolution in a way. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.